Sickos Club.
Sickos Club.
Yeah. Hey, come here. You like pro wrestling? We got a little something for you. Two fans, 3,000 miles away. We each been watching for more than 30 years. Celebrate the art form, the action, the homoeroticism. We ain't rating matches. We ain't analyzing stories. We ain't experts. We just sit down, shut up, and mark out! Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Sit Down, Shut Up, Mark Out. I'm Blade Daly, and this is a pro wrestling podcast about pro wrestling. And as always, well, as most times recently, I am joined by the one, the only, Books and Bodyslams. Books, what up?
Hello. I thought of something clever in my head and I forgot it. Hi.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
That happens to me all the time. You know, for me, it's aging brain. I'm not sure what it could be for you, but
I mean, I'm no spring chicken.
Yeah.
But
well, you know, do chickens just hatch? Do chickens give birth in spring? Is that what it is? Is that where the
I have no
phrase
idea.
comes from?
I honestly don't know where that came from. Though I did see someone's interesting math. They're saying that the last 5 years haven't counted.
Towards
So
age.
in reality, we're all 5 years younger
Oh,
than
sweet.
we actually are right now. So I guess I am still a spring chicken because that would make me like early 30s as opposed to mid 30s. I'll take that.
I'd be early 40s, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do this shit. Let's do this. So Chris Jericho has re-entered the chat, folks. He is back in AEW. The guy so many were hungry for to return to AEW. He's back, right? I gotta say, this had the rare effect of pissing off a lot of AEW fans and a lot of WWE diehards all at the same time. When do they agree about anything, right? You know, when do they agree? So, you know, how are you feeling about it, Books? Like, how do you feel about Chris Jericho being back in AEW?
Listen, I have some mixed feelings.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it's Chris Jericho, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's Chris Jericho and he's a little controversial.
Just a little.
And maybe just a weird man behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, Chris Jericho re-signing is good for the long-term success of AEW. Whether it annoys us all or not, Chris Jericho staying and retiring from AEW makes AEW better. It continues to legitimize them, much like Sting retiring from them, assuming Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. Unfortunately, we need these big players to come in and choose AEW, whether we love them or not. But Chris Jericho is a huge name to have continuing to stay. And he's great on the mic. He has a knack for reinventing himself, all of which is helpful knowledge if he works with other people, which we know he's not opposed to.
Right.
So... Do I love Chris Jericho, the person? No. Do I love this for AEW? Yes.
I pretty much agree. I think that Chris Jericho, look, you know, I take the personal shit by and large, unless it's monstrous, which we're going to discuss a little bit later. I'm able to take, you know, whatever political beliefs he does or doesn't have, which I'm not even sure has been 100% confirmed. And maybe it has, but I generally don't care how wrestlers feel about politics, because if I cared about that, or if they wanted to make me painfully aware of it, it does start to seep into things. But I've heard his wife is certainly,
his wife is the bigger issue.
Pretty on edge, as far as shit she's willing to do. But I generally, wrestlers and the way they feel about the world, they're not who I turn to for that. So it's not surprising to me. A lot of athletes have weird beliefs. Aaron Rodgers, hello.
They have a ton of money.
They have a ton of money. They don't live amongst normal people generally.
Yeah.
And they are insulated in their own little bubbles. And so, you know, I really haven't heard Chris express anything personally that he has said out of his own mouth that has offended me in any great way. But that's not to say that there isn't more to come out later. But until it does, I'm just not going to associate that part of him with the on-screen guy. However,
so some things I've taken is one, he 100% knows where AEW stands, right?
Mm-hmm.
He understands that they are pro LGBTQ plus. He knows the fuck ice chants are happening.
Mm-hmm.
And he still chose that over WWE. So like, to me, I'm like, he can't be super MAGA if he's willing to also not go to the place that is working with that administration.
Well, and what I've heard, from his mouth, is that he's not a political guy. I don't think politics is a big part of his life. And so I just don't get
he's also Canadian.
The feeling, well, yeah, he's a dual citizen because his dad is American and he was born in New York. So yeah, it's a whole thing. But yeah, I just, I think a lot of people are happy. I think a lot of people are not.
I look at it as the long term, like having Jericho retire, even though, they don't necessarily need him in ring anymore, but having Jericho retire from AEW, having him pick AEW over WWE, even though we were all 100% sure he wanted the Hall of Fame,
mm-hmm.
the retirement from, because now unless Triple H is gone, there's no way he's going in the Hall of Fame after actively picking AEW. He picked AEW, and that's huge for the long-term success of AEW. And that's how we kind of have to look at it. Yeah,
this very well may be like you're done with us forever kind of decision. So what's been very entertaining is listening to the dirt sheets change their story every 20 minutes about what's going on.
Because they were all so wrong.
They were all of them wrong. Were very, very wrong.
Until Jericho was spotted going to Manitoba.
Yes. And I think that they kind of figured it out the morning of the show, basically, because all of a sudden it's like, well, Chris Jericho has been discussed internally in AEW, and then, they're in Winnipeg. So, I mean, come on. Antoine says, Chris Jericho, the Painmaker, is back. Blurry Line 7, I just don't care about Jericho. Hopefully he just kind of has some simple programs that don't involve any kind of faction. It's understandable. Antoine says, everybody was pissed. I said my piece on your post on IG.
You did.
Always never. I will not be insufferable about Jericho. I've grown out of my desire to appreciate anything Jericho does. Voice too grating for commentary. Moves too slow in the ring and can't sell worth shit. Antoine, my feelings are this. I don't have any in general, one way or the other. I don't let him get in my head that way. He's a legend. Chris re-signing is good for AEW because that means a legacy. Very much agreed. Very much agreed. Fuck you, Mama 2 times says I've always liked Jericho, even when his wife stormed the Capitol. I agree with all of you to some degree. I think Chris Jericho, the on-screen character, was really played out, and
I don't want to see him wrestle, and I don't really want to hear him talk.
Yeah, well, and he didn't come out and do all that just to not appear on screen again. He's going to be an on-screen character.
Yeah, he is. I'm just hoping he knows his limits and how the fans feel about him, and that Tony Khan has wised up. And I'm also assuming he picked an easier schedule because he also said he still wants to continue touring. So
yeah, well, there's more longevity in that than there is in wrestling for him, certainly. And so, at his age and just where his body is, I think we saw basically where it was the last time he was wrestling is he was much more limited than I had ever seen him. However, I think it's worth remembering Jericho was always the guy who disappeared and came back and disappeared and came back. And he worked for 6 years straight without going anywhere, really. And he wrestled a lot. And I think that took a big toll on his body. I remember the match he had with Matt Cardona at the Ring of Honor Final Battle a little over a year ago. It was not good. I mean, it just wasn't good. It's not enough for a guy in his position to just okay, I'll let Hook pin me, right? Or I'll let Hook tap me out or whatever. That's not enough. If you're still wrestling in the main event of the show, you're still putting yourself in the top. Jericho needs, in my opinion, at this point in his career, if he's going to wrestle at all, Jericho needs to be a side character in the longer story of AEW. He was a hero to the company in the beginning because his name brought so much with it. right?
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Jericho, you know, in my opinion, he's been one of my favorite wrestlers my entire life. Probably up through that first title reign that he had or that world title reign he had in AEW. Maybe through that first Ring of Honor title reign. I thought that was a great title reign. And maybe towards the end of that is where I started getting a little maxed out on Chris. And Joe Bleary Line, sorry, bud, says in the chat, my guess is that WWE wanted him to do a retirement tour. He saw how Cena's retirement tour went, and also does not want to officially retire when he's enjoying semi-retirement and doing whatever. I think that's probably accurate.
Yeah.
That sounds accurate to me.
They're going to lose. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to look at how they treated Cena. John Cena, like a man that is beyond WWE.
Right.
They saw how that retirement went. No one, including Chris Jericho, is on the level of John Cena.
Yeah.
Like maybe The Rock is the only other person to hit that kind of outside WWE,
right.
like huge.
He's bigger than wrestling.
Because like we all forget that Dave Bautista doesn't care about wrestling anymore, right? Like he's 100% an actor now. He does not care about wrestling. He slimmed down for a reason. Like he will never go back to WWE if you ask me. But The Rock and John Cena, people are going to see how they treated John Cena and be like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, and you know,
even with how they treated Goldberg was a fucking one-off with Gunther on a Saturday night main event. When that was the same night as All In, right? Like,
right. That was Goldberg, and they cut off his speech in the middle of it. Yeah,
yeah.
Gnosis Pippin says, as long as they don't have another group that centers around him, I won't be insufferable about him. I think if they moved him to like a wrestler / manager role, I would be okay with that.
Yeah, like he can get in the ring every once in a while, but have him, even if he has a faction, have him be like a Don Callis.
Right.
Like just menacing, like not. Don Callis is more enjoyable on the mic. Yes. But he can still have that kind of role as Don Callis, but also get into the ring if he needs a big boss battle.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Fuck your mama 2 times. If Sammy wants to get back over, he has to destroy Jericho. I think that's a great point. That's a great point. Yeah, I could see that. But, you know, I assume that him being gone so long, he has an idea for how he wants to come back. And he had a lot of time to think. They said he's going to come out and address it on Wednesday. And so my feeling personally is I'm willing to see this through. I am not just going to sign off on whatever they do. Okay. Chris Jericho was my favorite wrestler for like 20 years. Okay. I love the guy to death. And then this strapping gentleman named Kenneth Jerome Omega showed up. By the way, people are starting to call him Kenneth Jerome Omega to me.
Kenny would like to say something.
Yeah.
We don't talk about the Golden Jets.
I saw their first match together live. I was there for history, baby. It's the only time that I've seen him hit the one-winged angel was in that match.
Oh, it must be nice. And yes, I'm being rude and disrespectful and not polite.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see if Jericho's a heel, if he's a babyface. That, you know, I saw Dave Meltzer.
He has to be a heel. He's not enjoyable as a babyface.
The plan has got to be for him to be a heel. But smart to bring him out in Winnipeg.
Yeah. And back to Judas. Like, I'm telling you, I think if they had him off TV for a while after everything, a couple years, like last year, and he hit with Judas sooner, the learning tree would have been a better gimmick.
You notice though, they didn't ever cut the music to let the crowd sing along. They just kept playing it and kept playing it.
Which is fine. Which is fine.
But they clearly didn't trust the crowd to like carry that. So it was
like it's also like them changing from Judas because he had a little bit of heat was dumb.
Well, Chris Jericho's back, everybody, and hi guys.
Hi guys.
All right, books. We're going to move on to something a little less controversial now, and that is.
Oh, is this about someone else being back?
Someone else being back. Yes, it is.
Oh, I'm excited.
Do you want to talk about it? Why don't you introduce the topic books?
Guys, Sheeta's back. and I saw this spoiler, and I had to sit on it all day.
Mm-hmm.
I would not.
Nobody did a good job of keeping that.
We wouldn't film Books and Becks until this match happens, and then I just ended up having an entire like cry fest instead, so we didn't film. But so happy, and she looks so good. Oh my goodness, I was so happy.
Yeah, I was so happy that she was back, and the way the match went. One, she looked great, like just ring wise. She looked very fresh.
It's that wrestling in Japan.
Yeah, and she's had a very, very, very light schedule, of wrestling the last year and a half or so. And because last I remember her, she was kind of dressed like in a suit, almost kind of looking very Tarantino-ish. And I remember her wrestling Athena, and I remember her doing some other stuff, and then she disappeared. But what I noticed in this match with Willow, so Willow pinned her with a backslide, and that's a perfectly legit finish. But Shida went for the kendo stick, and she looked very conflicted. Now, she was doing this well before she left, right? Showing that conflict. Showing that fuck, should I just brain her and fucking send a message?
I'm gonna be the devil on her shoulder. Do it, Shida, do it.
I was definitely hoping for that. I was
Oh God, I want to heal Shida.
Yes. But yeah, I'm down for a heel Shida. So that made it to me feel like less of a one-off, which is what I was concerned
I don't think it's a one-off, but I also think that her being so vocal about where her other passions are, I don't think she's going to be completely full-time in the ring either. It's not a one-off, but it definitely is. It's going to be a weird mix of like somewhere in the middle of not necessarily part-time, a little bit more than part-time, but not as much as someone full-time.
Yeah, well, and I think AEW doesn't need her to do what she used to do. It's
no, or she can let her body. She can enjoy
her life.
Her life now.
Yeah, no, agreed. And I think that, ultimately having her there to give people the rub, and put people over, and win some matches every here or there. But, she's a former champion, and that there's that natural downside of her career kind of story that they can tell with her. Fuck your mama 2 times is stoked. Oh my God, Sheida's back. Flame.
So she's my age.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're literally 10 days apart.
Wow. So she's 27, huh?
Yeah, she's 27.
Hey, who's got your back over here, huh? Antoine would die if Shida turned heel. I would love it.
She's definitely feeling some pain.
Yeah, no, her body's sore for sure.
Like if I'm sore and I don't do nearly as much as she does, she's definitely feeling it. Like I definitely have those club knees now from dropping low.
I would say I was really impressed with her as far as, like I said, just
God, there was no rust.
Her flexibility. She had no ring rust. She looked great. And Willow's a great opponent for her. I mean, great potential feud down the road too. Like I would love to see more of that.
Yeah. I really hope it's not a one-off and it's a little bit more.
So here's something, and Blurry Line kind of stole my spot earlier before you were here. Because he pointed out, like, kind of interesting that Toni Storm gets murdered and Shida just shows up soon afterwards, right?
I listen, my guesses were Shida or Britt. That was the perfect way to bring.
You did guess Shida like a week or two ago. Yeah, that's true.
I did. I said Shida or Britt.
Yep. And that would make sense.
But she's still iffy on whether she's fully going heel or not. So that's why I'm like, I still think it might be Britt.
So my feeling is heel Shida's coming because it's been teased for too long without actually happening. And I think heel Shida would rule. Heel Shida, who also murdered Toni Storm, would really rule. And then just throwing like throwing gas on the fire. Heel Shida feuding with Mina Shirakawa for the honor of Toni Storm would rule so much I'm not even sure this universe can handle it all. You know what I mean? We might have to expand the known universe just to contain it.
Well, listen, are we really going to complain? Like, if we expand the universe, I'm getting off this universe, off this planet at least.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, for sure. We got to bail. Yeah. No. We're us, the chat, and AEW, we're going. And then, we'll figure it out somewhere else.
Sicko's commune on a different planet.
Yes. Yes. But we're back, folks. We're back. I'm no longer hawking the wares, and now it's time to bring things down and get real for a minute because we got something serious to discuss, and I'm not kidding. Janel Grant filed a new affidavit, dropped yesterday, and a lot of disgusting new details were provided about her alleged treatment by various individuals, both executives and talent. Apparently, it's appalling, horrific, mind-boggling. And we are not going to get into any of those specifics whatsoever. But anytime stuff like this comes out, there's the people who, the vast majority of people, I would say, who are common sense, just very much disgusted and appalled, right? And then there's the people who come out with absolutely inhuman, insane responses that test our ability to have faith in humanity.
Well, Books Jackson is texting his messages.
I see. Okay. So, Books, your twin maybe someday will be on the show, but for now, it's you and I. So, Books and I are going to go through some of the things that we have seen people say. This is not to dunk on anybody, okay? This is like legit, like, don't be this person, okay? If you're this person. Don't be this person. Chat, we're not saying it's you necessarily, but if anyone listening to this is this person, you need to be better or straight up get fucked and don't listen to this show because you won't agree with anything I have to say. So, Books, the first thing that I saw somebody say is, yeah, this is bad, but lots of executives at other companies do the same thing and you never hear about it. So you're probably supporting lots of other companies who've done the same thing. Okay, but we know this company did, Yeah,
and we also know he has 5 to 6 other known NDAs.
Right. I mean, there's a trail of people behind this.
And he joked about trafficking. He had a whole segment where he joked about trafficking his 17-year-old daughter.
Right.
I don't see other companies doing that.
Right. Exactly. Another thing I saw somebody say is she's a consenting adult. They were in a relationship. She could have left at any time.
But you also know that people in marriages, there's such thing as marital rape, right?
Right.
Because you may give consent at maybe in the start, but it doesn't mean you have a right to continue to do that. Consent happens every single time you have an adult action like that. Consent isn't just, oh, we're married, we're in a relationship. No. And then there's the fact that, like, at the end of the day, even if it started off consensual, what happened to her was not consensual. What happened to her, she was forced, threatened by him and his lawyer who can get rid of problem people into doing stuff she didn't want to do.
Right. And it's, also started off as something that was a job offer. She said the first time that he ever was physical with her, she said no and then blacked out. So there's a lot of this from the very beginning that wasn't consensual.
He manipulated her. He took advantage of someone who was in a bad mental state, who just got finished being caretaker to one of her parents while her other parents was in hospice, and took advantage of her.
Yep.
None of that is consenting. Just like a drunk person can't give consent. When you force yourself and there is a huge power dynamic, there's no consent. What Bleary Line said.
Right. And if Vince McMahon is a billionaire, all right, he's literally connected to people as high up as the president at this time, So do you really think it would be as easy as just walking away with that kind of proprietary and damaging information if you wanted to? No, absolutely not.
He literally implied to Nick Khan that she would kill herself to keep WWE safe.
Yep.
Like, she was not a liability.
Right. He assured them she wasn't a liability. Then 2 weeks later, they decided she was a liability.
They fired her.
And they had to get rid of her. So then they put all this pressure on her to sign an NDA. And she didn't want to at first. And they just leaned on her until she did. She didn't have adequate legal representation. But part of that settlement was to pay her several $1 million. And they made one payment and stopped paying her.
Yeah. After they threatened her.
Right. So the people
she mentioned that, like, she said she was having second thoughts on signing. She was not comfortable with it. And she wrote, Vince called her in a fury and was threatening her. She never wanted to sign that NDA. So sitting here saying this is about money, well, yeah, it's going to be fucking about money now. You know why? Because she was forced into something, forced to sign an NDA, and then Vince McMahon said, nah, fuck it.
Right. He just thought he was bigger than her and she couldn't do shit to him anyway.
She wouldn't do anything.
Yep.
I am so fucking proud of her for standing her ground, and I'm going to remind, if it happened to 5 to 6 other women who have NDAs with him, NDAs in this matter are not enforceable.
No, because there's crime
involved. Come out of the word work.
Yeah. Well, and so she was being trafficked.
And like, when you get into like more of what happened with Brock, it was 100% trafficking.
That's exactly what it was.
What he was planning to do.
Yeah.
Like, and the fact that it was going to happen not just once, but there was a second time.
She was sent to a private doctor to receive private care for, so that they could, avoid accountability. She was very, very badly hurt. And then I saw somebody saying, doing this right before WrestleMania. She knows what she's doing. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, she should.
If any of the stuff we just said had been done to you, wouldn't you do it? Wouldn't you bring this shit up when you could get the most attention for your situation? Like, get fucking real, guys. Like,
the whole point of why they keep announcing this stuff is to keep public attention on this and to keep holding McMahon accountable. If this did not get public and it was not as big of a story as it was, they would have settled already. And let's not forget, John Laurinaitis, Johnny Ace, Johnny Boy, already settled with her team to work with her team.
Right. John Laurinaitis has already turned on Vince. How does that scream
that this isn't true?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I don't understand.
Yep. Blurry line, he literally had her on drugs that she was unaware of the purpose of because he forced her to use his abusive quack doctor. Exactly. Yeah. It's very true. Fucking mama 2 times. Every man, every person who says it's about money don't realize how misogynistic they are and show how little they value anything else other than money and power. And I think that's really the point. There is no regard for human life in this story. You listen to the way Vince McMahon treated his wrestlers back in the 80s, telling them, don't get that surgery. You better be on the road or you're not getting paid. Right. Like, this is a sociopathic disregard for the well-being of any other human being.
I don't know if you saw, but she also mentioned another Raw taping.
Right.
And that he encouraged her to go congratulate.
Right.
Like, go congratulate this wrestler. And I would love for them to name drop that person.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's shit's getting real. It's getting very real.
If you go to Reddit, someone pulled all the male wrestlers that were there that day. Job well done.
I assumed that would be done because they gave the exact date. So yeah.
Yeah. Karma's a bigger bitch than I could ever be. Someone mentioned in the chat that, like, I can't believe Nick Khan is still hired. And now knowing how much Nick Khan knew, I still can't believe he's still hired.
Yes.
And I think they should be getting a lot of shit for that.
Well, and just as more continues to leak out throughout over years of time, as more has leaked out, there's more yet to come. And so, there's been plenty of people who haven't been named who just might be. And we will wait till they are to say anything. But don't be that person who's rolling over to try to bury this person for having the bravery and courage to come through.
And don't say she's a liar All because you're really upset that Vince McMahon can't induct his darling Stephanie, who he also alluded to sex trafficking in a promo in the 90s, when she was 17, into the Hall of Fame, and be a woman. You're quite disgusting.
Yep. It's just a terrible, terrible thing. We need to get anybody resembling this out of the wrestling business, period.
Yeah. Wrestling will never be safe until everyone involved in this or behaves this way is gone.
Right.
And I do think we're on the way to a much better environment, but it also just, when I sit here and I complain about what it's like to be a woman on the internet, this is why, right? Because now there's men who think that, well, Vince is getting away with this, and Vince did this, and Vince did that, and think it's okay to talk to women a certain way. And I can guarantee you 9 times out of 10, majority of the people that talk to me like this, I can scroll through and see that they're a Brock fan. So I'm not saying that that's it's just a happy coincidence. But
well, yes. So again, if you are listening to us right now and you're agreeing with the things these people say, seriously, turn this podcast off. We
don't want you.
Shove your phone up your ass. I don't want you to listen to this show. Okay. We don't need fans like
you're
that.
Not our people.
Yeah. Seriously. We don't want you. Go be better.
And please stop following me. I don't know why so many of you follow me.
Yeah. Go to therapy.
Please don't.
Go to therapy. We're going to hit the music. And when we come back, we're going to pick this up. We got more to discuss and, definitely not as heavy as this. All right, Books. Well, we are back, and we are taking a radical shift in tone. Yeah, and I think it's needed. Kenny Omega and MJF, I thought, had a really good contract signing segment. This is the first time in his career where I look at MJF and I see a champion who's a full-grown man instead of this snide up-and-coming little shit. The maturity.
It's that wedding ring.
Yeah, that's part of it. And, he doesn't look like this boy who won the world title like he did in his last reign a lot of the time, Well,
that's because he was a kid too. He's now 30 and stuff. He's grown up a lot.
Yeah, the maturity is just pretty clear, pretty evident in him. I thought Omega cut a great promo on him in the beginning. Cut him off from his usual shtick and seemed very much in command. I loved when he was like, Max, shut your mouth. The way he delivers his lines is always so interesting. Kenny's an interesting dude. But
thank you, Blade.
Jesus Christ. Now we're marionetting Kenny. This is great. To all of those of you who are listening to this audio only, this is why you need to watch. Books is dancing with her stuffed Kenny Omega and trying to do marionette voices for him. MJF said he had some proprietary info about Kenny, and it's not really proprietary because it's been said 3 trillion fucking times on Dynamite over the last year, is that Kenny's so vulnerable his guts could explode at any given minute. That his career and his life are on a quickly moving clock or something. I love that AEW has their own laws of physics.
Diverticulitis.
Yeah. Diverticulitis works completely differently in the AEW verse than it does here.
Here's my issue and why some of these segments don't work is because in reality, if we're based in reality, there is no way Kenny Omega would be legally cleared to wrestle by a doctor if his guts could explode.
Yes.
So when they do this segment, I'm not even worried.
No.
I'm just
no.
This is dumb. Why are we still on the diverticulitis? I don't want to hear any more about the diverticulitis. Okay. No more.
I'm kind of at the point where the diverticulitis talk could probably go away.
It's run its course.
Yeah, I mean, more than run its course. And I think Don Callis, was very excited about saying, like, your freaking guts exploded, Kenny. Yes, Blurry Line pointing out.
We know who violated HIPAA.
Yeah.
It was Don Callis to MJF.
Yes.
Which now our new crimes are HIPAA violations. So I mean,
what's the over-under that Kenny winds up spitting fake blood at the pay-per-view?
Can you not? No, I don't want to see any more fake blood from Kenny out of his mouth, and I don't want to see him in a stretcher anymore. I've made this very clear on the Books and Beck show. I wrote a letter from the Church of Kenny Omega. I don't want to see it anymore.
It should have been
We cannot handle it.
Religious law.
The collective harem cannot handle it anymore.
Yes. Blurry Line points out that MJF's grown up slightly too much. His hair, he's kind of got the hair of Giuliani. In the sense that some of the dye was running down his face, yes, that is true. Yes. Blurry Line then says, then he'll get thrown through the announce table and stretchered out. Antoine says, but they got to make sure everyone knows Kenny is the whitest of meat baby faces, even though his promos are egotistical, just like MJF's. Kenny does have a little touch of egotism to his promos. They're not like over the top as much as MJF, but the guy feels himself for sure. For sure. So MJF tries to goad Kenny into hitting him because it was already declared that if there was any physicality, the match is going to be called off. Kenny's about to lose it when who should run down to ringside but Speedball? Mike Bailey. He ran out and kept Kenny from getting physical. And then basically just glazed Kenny like a Christmas ham and said, we should all bow to this living legend. And Kenny was like, kind of like, no, you don't have to go that far. And then he was kind of like, okay, I'll take it. But yeah. And anyone else notice, I said this in a private chat that some of these chatters were in, that Speedball is slowly starting to be mentored by Kenny. And that Kevin Knight has received some kind of words of wisdom from Kenny's mortal enemy, Swerve. Have you noticed that, Books?
Yes. And that was something I really noticed it Wednesday night. I don't know the days of the week anymore. I was like, God, Kenny has picked Speedball. Like Speedball is his next little mentee. Yeah. And for some reason, I love it because also I feel like Speedball's not that old, right? But like,
right, mid-30s, yeah.
Yeah, he's like on his older side of his career, and I just think it's so funny that he finally picked a Canadian. Yeah,
well, and then if Kevin Knight, maybe this is how the rift between happens between Kevin Knight and Speedball is, Kevin Knight's listening to Swerve, Speedball's listening to Kenny. Kenny will love using his real life illness in the same way Brian does because they're the same kind of sick fuck who likes worrying us. Yes, Blair Line, that is absolutely true. Yes, and Jet Speed is going to be a proxy war. That's kind of what I'm seeing. And it does give me some thoughts about Dynasty.
You mean that thing you're going to?
Yeah, the thing I'm going to be at live. Yeah. Where is Swerve?
Not allowed in Canada because Kenny stopped him.
Because Kenny stopped him from coming to Canada?
Mm-hmm.
Captain Canada stopped him from coming in?
Yeah, Captain Canada stopped him.
Where is Swerve? And we haven't seen him. We haven't heard from him, not once, since he lost to Kenny.
Yeah, he's recovering. He's forming an embassy. I don't know.
Well, he's
forming an embassy because he's not allowed in Canada. See what I did there?
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I ask because it feels like Swerve and Kenny aren't done.
No. If Kenny wins, Swerve is his first major feud.
There's that. Or Swerve hates Kenny so much that the reveal of the embassy happens at the end of this match.
Oh.
And Kenny gets fucked out of the title.
Can you stop saying that? Kenny is winning. I really, the Don Callis brain you have is getting really bad.
I don't want it to happen. I want Kenny to win. Okay.
No, you don't. Because you love Don. And Don doesn't want him to win. So,
unless it comes down to talking about how Kenny split from the Don Callis family, I am very pro Kenny. And I've been very consistent in this. Okay.
I don't feel that way, Blade. I feel like you love Don Callis too much.
You really need to start working on your voices.
I'm not an actress.
Larry Line, ready the stretchers.
Why do you like to torture me? Why? What did I do? Was I rude to you?
Larry Line is like our third guest host every week. I love it. He's always got a good one. Tino Ibarra, Kenny's guts are going to explode, keeping him from pinning MJF.
I feel like you guys are trying to torture me today, and it's making me really sad.
Did anybody else notice, though? And this gave me a little hope for Kenny. Was that when Darby walked down the ramp and he said, I told you, Max, I'm going to keep going till I either see God or I see that World Heavyweight Championship. And then Kenny came out, the God of Pro Wrestling came out. Did anybody notice that?
I did. And did anyone see this weird trailer image of a photo that looked just like Darby in a movie?
No.
I have to find it.
Okay.
But I thought I saw a movie poster that had Darby in it. And I'm like, did Darby film a movie? Is he going to be killed by Kenny?
Antoine says, this is where I agreed with Blade, period. Kenny is not winning the title. As everyone said, this is just as much about MJF, who's grown so much. It's not time to take the belt off him.
I don't know why you guys hate me.
This isn't personal, as Jon Moxley said to Will Ospreay. Don't make it personal.
Okay, but who would you rather see at All In? MJF versus Will Ospreay, or run it back?
Do Kenny versus Ospreay 3. Yeah. I think either is a great match, but they've already done MJF and Ospreay in Britain, you know? So is that really the match they're going to run with? Like, they can make it good. I'm sure they can, but I don't know. What if Swerve and the Hurt Syndicate joined forces, says Scareglow. That's possible. It's not impossible.
Yeah.
I just don't think they would call him the Embassy, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's getting I'm going to keep saying Kenny because I'm really done with MJF as champion. I like MJF chasing the championship. I don't know.
Blair Line 7, there was some weird trailer for Dynasty that it was exclusive to my AEW that did heavily lean on Kenny as the champ.
Oh.
I can see Kenny and Ospreay 3 happening. They have their definitive rubber match at All In. That's a dream match. You know, Kenny's getting, you know, he's implied heavily that he's getting towards the end here. Tino Ibarra, I like Ospreay is going against the grain and not playing up his injury. He's just pissed that it happened. Yes, agreed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, much better than bringing up diverticulitis every week.
Yeah, yeah. Blurry Line 7.
Move on from injuries.
My boys Parker Boudreaux and Trench have been rehired. It's over for everyone else. Hashtag Embassy. No.
Do you think, though, they are going to bring back some of the former Embassy members?
No, not those guys. Certainly not those guys.
Well, I mean, just in general.
Maybe. Because, there's, people in AEW who are in the Embassy. I mean, Tommaso Ciampa was in the Embassy.
He was. Oh, my. That's I looked this up and I completely forgot because.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Obviously, I think something's happening with. I think Leo Rush might be joining the Hurt Syndicate.
Oh, that could be.
But
be their little weird golem.
Oh my God, that is what he looks like.
Yeah. Dynasty's just looking stacked as it is. They've announced more matches, and still it feels like they've only announced half the card. So, yeah. You have Kenny.
Has any women's matches been announced?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Two.
Jamie and Tekla and
Alex Windsor versus Marina is booked for the 0 hour. So not for the main card, but
so one main card so far.
Yes.
I'm assuming Willow will have it. Maybe Willow versus Sheeta.
Or and then Divine Dominion will probably be on the show, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So you got Kenny and MJF in the main event. You have FTR versus Cage and Copeland. Can we just talk quickly about Christian almost braining Renee because they were going to take down anyone that was in their way?
he is a man on a mission. And I love the weird daddy vibes it's giving too. He's just like one, my child betrayed me.
Yeah.
And then two, these fucks betrayed me. So I'm just a dad on a mission.
Yep.
And when I say dad, I mean daddy.
And what I liked about the promo was that I like Copeland. He sold the whole thing. He's like, Renee, we can't talk right now. We got to take out anybody in our way. Not Renee, not Renee. Like, I do like the dynamic between them quite a lot.
Yeah. Well, they have such great chemistry that it's. I really hate that we're getting their kind of reunion on probably what is like the sunset of their career, because like we could have had this longer. But I'm also like, God, like I'm just so grateful we're getting it.
Yeah.
Because like I remember when Copeland showed back up at the other place, and I was like, I just want these two back together.
I know. Well, WWE had to pay him a shitload of money because Tony was trying to get him at the time. So Mox versus Ospreay is happening, and now it is for the Continental title.
Oh,
I need to say,
I still don't think Mox dropping it anytime soon.
Well, I was wrong about him, and I was wrong about his story. So, I mean, surprise, Blay was wrong about something, but
should we start a drinking game?
Yeah, you'd all be in the hospital probably. But what I do have is, essentially, I didn't like Mox. Mox is a character that he's been at the top so long that I get a little fatigued by him sometimes. It's really, I love him. He's a great performer. He's one of my favorites. But it'd be like if Jericho had been pushed the same way, like people would literally be burning arenas to the ground, but Mox is in his physical prime still, unlike Jericho.
Yeah. But also Mox is more likable, but Mox could also benefit from a vacation.
Well, Mox could benefit from a story that pushes him down the card a little bit if he's going to be around, or
a vacation so he can get some blood back.
Yeah. But I think this story that they're telling with Ospreay is the right story to tell. I like it a lot because Mox isn't, and my guy always never, in the chat, I said this to him last week. He was right. I was wrong. Mox isn't a baby face and he's not really a heel either. But you notice on Dynamite when he kept them from crushing Ospreay, they were looking at him weird.
Yeah, I still think there's going to be an angle where they betray him.
I think they're going to turn on Mox, and I think Mox might end up being a bit of a mentor to Will Ospreay, which, quite honestly, would be kind of cool. Would be kind of cool.
So that means then Will Ospreay has been mentored by arguably two of the best in the business.
Yeah, Kenneth and John. Yeah,
John,
Batman and the Joker.
Crazy.
Yeah, totally.
Like crazy.
It's one of those things. So I didn't want Moxley on top. I didn't want Moxley to be a babyface, but they're showing you that with Mox, this isn't just about killing guys. This isn't just about stomping people out because it's for fun. This is about teaching a lesson. Like Mox has this deranged sense of justice, like never get in the way of a man who's going to destroy himself. Like I like what he said to Will, though. He said, did I put you here or did you put you here?
Well, yeah.
That was smart. That was smart.
It kind of gave me John pays a little attention to some of the dirt sheets.
Oh, he might.
Just like, hold on, time out. Can we also talk about Kenny's line about the hair plugs? Kenny has a troll account. I don't care what anyone says. Kenny 100% has a troll account. And I think John does too. And I think they sit there backstage and they just scroll through shit and like, what are we going to say today? Yeah.
Blair Line says, I will never complain about a Mox push because he's in ring peak still and he saved the entire company like 4 times.
Well, yeah.
I totally agree with that. Like, I'm not saying that Mox doesn't deserve to be where he is. I just get a little fatigued of it sometimes, especially after the Death Riders story last year, where it was like they were the center of everything happening on the show for the better part of a year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tino says, I still think Takeshita should have won.
And
I think I agree with that, honestly.
And I don't think Will Ospreay's winning.
I don't know. But we do got to talk for just a minute here about what a pleasure and a privilege it is to see Pac and Will Ospreay wrestle each other.
You know, and I don't know if I worded this properly, but we always talk about what a great wrestler Ospreay is. And I feel like Pac is never someone who gets his dues.
Because he's so good at making people look great. Yeah.
Fuck. Pac is so fucking incredible in the ring. And I think he really needs to start getting his, even if he doesn't want to get like that kind of push and he's very content with what he's doing. Because I think he is someone who just enjoys going out there and having matches. But holy fuck, this man deserves flowers, because I don't think I've ever seen a bad Pac match.
No.
And it's becoming very much like a Kenny thing, like a Young Bucks thing. It's like, I don't think they've had bad matches.
Right.
Because whoever they're in the ring with just looks good.
And then you have somebody at Ospreay's level wrestling somebody at Pac's level. And it's like, I've seen the match twice because I watched Dynamite twice, because the first time I was a little too in the group discussion and it was very distracting. That was my bad, everybody. Thank you for being so fun to talk to. But I watched it again last night, and that match just floored me. Just blew me the fuck away. And they left so much on the table to do more. Like,
oh God, I cannot wait to watch more of those. I need that to be run back.
Yeah,
already,
the tete-a-tete with those two was incredible. Just incredible.
You just realize the extent of talent within AEW when you realize that, like, oh, so these two had great matches together, but these two have also had great matches with these two together. And it's like, but also the two of those two had great matches with the other two. And it's like such a abundance of talent. I think that's the best way to put it. Abundance of talent.
They can grapple, they can fly, they can hit hard and just look fucking strong as shit.
Meaty.
I don't know what it is, but since Ospreay's come back, the hidden blade looks so scary when he hits it on people. Like, it looks like it kills you. Like when he hit it on Pac and Pac sold it like death. That was awesome. That's awesome.
I think Will has found a new fire.
Blairy Line 7. Kenny's troll account is called Books Jackson. You talk to your bro.
I didn't realize that.
Talk to your bro. Antoine, it's about building the Continental Championship while John tries to excuse himself from any culpability. Yes. Antoine says, yes. Kenny has hair plugs, period.
What?
I don't think that's true. I think he should get some. He does have a widow's peak. He's always had one, but it's gotten a little bigger.
Excuse me, Blade.
Oh God. Please don't marionette Kenny anymore.
What? It's okay for Don Callis to suddenly appear?
Oh God.
Like me?
Oh God. Oh Jesus Christ.
That's where you draw the line?
Wow. Yes. And you trying to do
who needs him?
Oh my
Don
God.
Callis.
If that's what Kenny sounds like to you? That's what he sounds like.
No, I'm just making up
Kenny Muppet voice. Always Never is very much on point. Mox promos are fantastic when they're focused like they have been. Such a fan of I respect you so I won't kill you. He wanted Ospreay to learn a lesson through that whole thing.
Mox is so much more than what the Death Riders are right now.
Yes.
And I just want to see, because I would love for him to put the Death Riders in their place. Like, oh my God, see, watch Mox on a live Danny Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
I would pay money to see that. like I would pay for them.
Two things about that though. Like, I noticed one that you really saw the contrast between the two in that particular segment is Danny and Wheeler are holding Ospreay down, and Danny's like, we got him. Do it. Yeah. Like, he doesn't, they embrace the savagery, but they're not embracing the ethos. You know what I mean? And I think that's
because they're little goofy boys. At the end of the day, they are two goofballs that
I got to say, I actually see more potential in both Wheeler and Danny now than I have in a long time.
This is the first time I like Danny Garcia. If Danny Garcia went to the other place, but before he re-signed, it would have been a Ricky Sang situation for me. Best of luck. Don't miss ya. Now I'm like, oh my God, I would have missed it if this is what the Danny Garcia we're getting. Like, take it back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Antoine says that's the part that's amazing to me. I don't think he's the main character of the show. I just love how much absolute steam and prestige they have put into the CC. I agree with that. They have made the Continental Championship feel like a title worth having.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel like secondary, not even secondary. Like, it doesn't feel like a throwaway.
No. And unfortunately, I don't know why this is. I don't think it's his fault. Every belt that ends up with Okada means nothing. It's just a sad truth.
And I wonder if that's going to play into a longer story of Okada still not being New Japan Okada.
Well, I want to see him win the AEW World title, but the way that they book him with titles sucks. Like he won the Continental title from Eddie. He barely defended it, right? Then he unifies the titles. He defended it like twice in 6 months. Then it's ununified. He's defended the international title once at ROH this year. It's April, you know?
I'm wondering if with Okada, like right now, because it's like, especially with how Don does things, it's weird to me that Okada's not being pushed. I wonder if Okada might have a little lingering injury.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I've been wondering the same if he's hurt.
Because he really has not had any matches.
Since the Tanahashi match, really. Yeah.
And it's been like matches with other multiples. Like, he hasn't had singles matches. I couldn't think of the word singles. He hasn't had a lot of singles matches.
Blurry Line 7. I do need to laugh that Alex was like completely unalarmed that her man was nearly beheaded in the ring just before her backstage segment.
I wonder how Alex feels right now about everyone thirsting over Will Ospreay. Like, Will Ospreay came out. First of all, we had 3 shirtless Kennys on Dynamite. Mm-hmm. And then Will Ospreay comes out shirtless in gray sweatpants. Mm-hmm. Like, what is AEW trying to do to us?
The Scare Glow. Often I wish fans had more patience for things to play out in AEW. Patience, my young Padawan. I even had patience for the Death Riders. No regrets. You know, I think I'm usually fairly patient. I usually give things some room, but I also have a podcast where I talk about the show every single week. So you're kind of stream of conscious, just thinking out loud a lot of the time. And I think there were times, honestly, the Death Riders thing concluded in an awesome way, and it ended up being totally worth it. But I don't blame anybody who didn't think so at certain times. It was pretty uneven towards the beginning of 2025.
Yeah. 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 I'm thinking back to all the comments and I'm just like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There was a lot of mixed feelings happening about that. But it's also how I feel about Takeshita and Okada. And I'm like, why is this taking so long? That is going to be an awesome feud. And I don't understand. That's why I think Okada has to have a lingering injury.
Yeah.
Because this has been dragged out now.
Well,
for much longer than it needs to be.
Been going on since All Out. I mean, that was the first time they were in the ring, was All Out last year, September.
It made you really think that it was going to be a World's End thing, the way they were kind of
or even a Wrestle Dream thing,
and,
Yeah. So, okay, Antoine. It's also made the title so fantastic and given it such a level of importance that I now even more eagerly await the classic. Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Tino Ibarra, I just watched Kenny versus Goto from 10 years ago.
All over the good things that people say about me. You're just
yeah. I mean, you know. And that hairline is definitely looking different on Kenny. I mean, it is. It just is. Look, Kenny has put a lot of shit in his hair. Okay. You can't expect to just hang on to it forever. When you're putting peroxide and shit in it all the time.
You love that Don Callis and his bald cohorts. Mm-hmm. I get it. Was that a better voice?
No. Blurry Line 7, Kenny got his nips out 5 times between the last 2 Dynamites. So that's 1.42 nips per day.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of Kenny nips.
There was the picture that I used for the last cover, that there was aggressive nipplage in that picture.
Well, he has aggressive nipples.
No, you are not patient. You Hey, that's not true. That's not true.
Well, at least you read the negative ones about yourself. So
you broke up the death. Well, because so many of them are negative that I'd have to skip a lot of it. The Death Rider story was mad uneven. I let the art wash over me, but I can't be mad at people watching it week to week, just not vibing with it. It ended up being great. It just took a while to become great and to see the bigger picture, I think. Tino, I think Talk had a bunch of stuff booked in Japan. He hasn't been around a ton lately.
Yeah.
Kenny's dyed and styled his hair for like 20 years. We can't expect it to hold up.
Bleach kills it.
Yeah. Well, we know hair transplants are like a thing now. So like, that's like just everybody. I mean, look at Nick Jackson. Look at the resuscitation of that man's. He's got a nice.
He still has a good chunk of hair.
Yeah, he's got a nice set of hair these days.
Well, Ricochet and oh my God, why am I blanking on his name? The one with the good hair in MXM.
Oh, Blake Mason Madden?
Yeah, maybe. On the video game channel, they were talking about great heads of hair, and Matt Jackson is number one.
Nick Jackson felt the call.
And Ricochet does not appreciate Jack Perry's head of hair.
I bet he doesn't. I bet he doesn't. Oh my God. Blurry Line 7, Nick Jackson felt the call of the bald void and did not go peacefully into that dark night. It's very true. Oh, somebody in the chat says Don thinks I'm cool. Guys, can you tell me?
Oh, wow, that's so nice.
Oh, it's you.
It's me.
So it's mockery is what it is.
No, I was being genuine.
Mm-hmm.
I just was like, I feel bad. You get a lot of shit in the chat. So like, let's just give you one nice one.
So you're like, win one for the Gipper. So
like, let's just be nice.
Guys, did Don Callis troll me on April Fool's Day this year? When he masqueraded as a podcaster?
It was kind of eerie how much he kind of, like, if you were fully, like, kind of graying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like.
I was like.
I mean, I was that scary.
Like, I was like, even the wardrobe and everything. He was wrong. I don't get chips on my shirt. Okay. I can at least own that I don't do that.
No, you see, I think he's still confusing AEW fans with WWE podcasters. I mean, work cleanliness, like, WWE, AEW shows, there's not that much smelling in the audience. So
I thought to myself, if Don even knew who I was and hated me the way he appears to hate me in this thing, right? It made me the face for the problematic podcasters that cover wrestling. That would probably be the highest fucking honor of my life.
What was it? Booker?
Oh yeah. What was it? Booker
Stan.
Booker Stan, the podcast man or whatever. Also,
everyone a mark afterwards.
You and Don have one thing in common, books, and that is you are both terrible at doing voices. Don's voice sounds exactly like Don's voice. Nobody was actually fooled by him. Okay.
No, it was really funny watching some of them be like,
yeah. Although Kyle Fletcher was really funny. Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah. It was you?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I wonder how much of the fans knew.
I think if you were sitting in the audience and you didn't hear him and he was just sitting there, you wouldn't have known it was him.
No, you wouldn't have known.
But when he got up and took the face off and stuff, of course,
Yeah. I want to rewatch that because that was gold. I would love for AEW to do more stuff like that because it's just, I love the campiness and the cheesiness of making fun of the stereotypes.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it
was good. I mean, it was good. Even if it wasn't aimed directly at me, it's clearly people like me. Okay. Like, and
it's right. Penny mentioned a church.
He did.
Chris Statlander's also, said to sit down and shut up. I think they know who we are.
Guys, do you know who we are?
Wait, Don.
Anybody in AEW, if you want to just send me a signal on TV, like big wink, something like that. Or if you want to send me a private message that I will keep between us and everyone in this chat, that's you have my word. You have my word. All right. So we got way off track here. We were talking about Mox and Ospreay about 5 years ago. Jamie and Tekla will be facing off for the women's title. I do believe that Tekla will win.
Yeah, that's going to be some women meet match.
But I really do like that the Brawling Birds are almost feeling like a faction as opposed to just a tag team. I think it's really cool.
Yes.
I think it's really cool.
And you notice that Mina's gear matches really well. It's almost like, oh, this could be a little faction with nobody changing gear.
Also, like, Mina could be a huge star. And when she goes, don't beat her, beat the piss out of her.
Out of her. Hearing Mina say piss was not something on my bingo card this year.
Yeah. And then
but here we are.
A number of people in the chat I was in were like, I liked the way Mina said piss. And I'm like, you guys are gross. Like, I don't know what's going on right now. Andrade is going to take on Darby. And speaking of piss, Andrade looked pissed.
Yeah. I feel like Andrade is getting a little irritated with that Don fella.
And so is Kyle Fletcher. If you remember, he didn't want Don working with Max.
Yeah. Well, that's because Max is sneaky.
Is the Don Callis family going to implode? Like the whole thing?
Listen, it's way too big for it not to implode.
That's true.
Like,
it'd be weird if only a few people left.
Like, we have to remember, like, other major factions that were very big and had a lot of people, like half the roster in it, how that ended up when it goes too long. It would be a great play that Don's ego imploded the Don Callis family.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And really, Don's like so upset that Kenny left still to this day that he's tried to.
So are you saying that, hold on, did we all hear this?
What?
Don's upset that Kenny left, not that Kenny's ungrateful.
Well, no, Kenny had to leave because he was stabbed in the head with a screwdriver because he was ungrateful. And Don had to stab him in the head with a screwdriver to send a message to the rest of the crew that didn't exist at the time, but to future crews that would exist later, that you disrespect me, this is what happens, right?
I think Don's very hurt that his nephew...
That is not his nephew.
Was tired of his ego.
Okay.
And Don is trying to...
Don, this is not me saying this. I just want that to be clear. So the next time, next April Fool's... Oh, Jesus Christ. Please, no. Please, no. Please, no. Maggie Okada, anyone else think Danny Luna and Killer Kelly would be a great tag team in AEW? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if...
Didn't Danny Luna just ask for a release?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was granted pretty quick, so I wouldn't be surprised if that happened quickly.
She's not... You don't ask for your release to go to WWE because they already have that pipeline.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Every single person that's kind of been asked for their release...
They all end up in AEW.
In AEW. So...
Well,
it's safe to assume that's where she's going.
Hey, I'm stoked because I feel like the vast majority of free agents that they brought in, there have been men, obviously, but a lot of them have been women, and I think that's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Tony knows his weakness, and that was the women's.
Yeah, Lena Cross. Look at the difference she made.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Insert the GIF from Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Of we're not worthy.
Yeah.
We're not worthy.
No shit.
Holy fuck.
Because guess what, everybody watching, listening, or ingesting this somehow, I don't know if you're eating it, but we're not worthy of Lena Cross, okay? She should stomp all of us.
Yeah, and we're not worthy of Megan Main either. That's literally two goddesses.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's crazy. It's crazy. TNA definitely fumbled Danny Luna. I mean, they kind of... The people... Okay. I happen to know one or two people who work in TNA, okay? But aside from those people, who I love dearly, it feels like most of the people in TNA kind of have to be in TNA to be anywhere right now. And I'm glad they exist because certain people in that company can make money. Not many of them, but some of them. And it also takes like 7 regular wrestlers to fill the Tony void. That is true. That is true. I'm
still looking forward to see who's going to really be the next breakout.
Don Callis family wolf pack. Takeshita, Andrade, and Fletcher.
So if they do something like that, I will die because I've been calling the Don Callis family the AEW NWO for like the last year.
Oh, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Tino Ibarra. Oh, I thought we were talking about he does this every Friday gif. Well, Antoine, every time I see Lena Cross, I get sad for Penelope Ford. I miss my super badass girl. Look, Antoine, do not grieve for Penelope, okay? Because when she comes back, she's going to be amazing. And I think she should be a TBS champion. That's what I think.
Yes.
She's great.
Yes. I think Penelope might be better as a single.
Yeah.
Like, when you keep the trio together, but make her a singles champion.
Because when you see Divine Dominion together, like, what else could you do?
Yeah. Those two together make sense in a tag team.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just the sheer strength between the two of them, but it makes them such a dominant tag team together that I don't want it any other way. Like, and now I'm like, I want Penelope as a single star. Like, push her to the fucking move.
The Scare Glow. TNA should never have fired Scott D'Amore. The fumbles will never stop. I mean, it's a cursed brand. It really is. Like, TNA. When was the last time they were on like a solid streak that they didn't end themselves? You know what I mean? Like, at every turn, they have fucked everything up for themselves. I'm frustrated for the people that I know that work there because they deserve better.
Me too.
You know?
And I often wonder if they're frustrated too. So
I can only imagine they would have to be. Tino Ibarra, Fletcher going to switch to red gear for Callis family Wolfpack. Yeah, for sure.
Oh God.
Tino Ibarra, she is definitely overshadowed by Bane. I think she's better on her own. And TNA had Kenny Omega as champ at one point and still somehow managed to nearly die. They have they have failure in their DNA.
But you know, guys, it's all AEW's fault that TNA didn't capitalize on Kenny Omega.
Hey, they're the number 2 promotion. Did you know that?
Number 2.
TNA. Yeah.
Number 2.
According to Bully Ray. Anyone think if we were doing the Road Warriors comparison, should Lena Cross and Bane, Rachel Ellering should be their valet because she's the daughter of Paul Ellering? Yeah, hell yeah. Oh yeah. I truly wish TNA was better because they have some talent that I love there. Yeah, totally. I mean, I feel the same way about people in the other shitty place, like, Vikingo. Rescue Vikingo, like, he's too good to be there. But there's
a lot of people too good to be there, but they continue to sign.
I know. That's true. We're going to do some quick hits real quick. Aminata's back.
Oh my God. I keep forgetting about that because I refuse to acknowledge it till next Wednesday.
She's wrestling Willow for the TBS title on Dynamite. Hello. Where is Swerve is another question I have. If he doesn't show up on Dynamite and get something to do at Dynasty, I'm worried for Kenny. I really am worried for Kenny. I still pop every time I remember that Mystico is all elite.
I forget it every single time. And then he just shows up and I'm like, how did this happen?
Yeah. He's literally under contract to AEW. And he is the biggest luchador of the 21st century. And Okada, who may be his only rival to being the biggest Japanese star of the 21st century, just retired. Okada and Mystico are both under contract to AEW. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And they have Kenny Omega, and they've had Bryan Danielson, and they've had, I mean, that lineup is disgusting when you really think about it.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah. The lineage, when everyone starts retiring, their Hall of Fame first round is going to be fucking incredible.
It's going to have to be like a class of like 15 people. Like,
oh yeah, because there's just so much, like,
we got to do an episode on that sometime. Like, if you do an AEW Hall of Fame, who's in it first year?
Yeah.
We only do 1 year, but I mean, I think you put the entire elite, you put Mox, you put Jericho, Britt Baker.
Brian.
Yeah, I think you put them all in that first year, and then
all of them. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the people that helped build that company. Sheeta.
Yeah, you could put Sheeta in there for sure. Also, rumor has it that, and it's very close to happening, is that Thunder Rosa is going to have a dual contract with CMLL. So she's going to be All Elite and CMLL. I think that is super
and I
cool.
think that's the first. Is that the first AEW?
No, Claudio just did a
Claudio.
duel.
That's right, Claudio. Yeah.
So that's
really that's
cool.
something I still wish New Japan would do more of with AEW.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a great way to then keep talent under both, which I'm surprised. I get why the War Dogs aren't, because that kind of is clearly leading up to a bigger Forbidden Door type thing with them.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be nice to see more Takeshita's.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. Tino said, like I said, Mystico's feud with Rocky Romero that bled into AEW is what got me to watch week to week. Absolutely. Bleary line. We need an Anarchy in the Arena match to Mystico's theme.
That would somehow be like the calmest and most relaxing Anarchy in the Arena, though.
Yeah.
Because there's something about that like theme that just makes me want to like.
Yeah, totally.
Like, sway in the
sway
wind,
with
like,
a lighter. Like,
yes.
Totally. Tino Ibarra, don't get me started on them having the Undertaker book AAA.
I thought that was a joke.
It's
by
not.
The way.
No, it's for real. He does.
Like that is.
Yeah.
I
can't wait till the Blue Lives Matter wrestler shows up. Like that's just going to be incredible. Meggy Okada, Aminata versus Tekla in a Double or Nothing for the title.
Ooh.
Give it to me.
Yes.
Give it to me. Hook it into my veins. Aminata, she's ready for a big push. She's so good. I want to see Aminata.
I think she was gearing up for one until she got injured. So I'm really hoping that because they moved her up. Like, I still think I get why Athena's still there. I think they need Athena on ROH right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there are two people I think who deserve to be pushed to the moon right now.
Also, your rainy day boyfriend, Bobby Lashley, and the Hurt Syndicate are back. They were on TV on Collision, and they said they want new talent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we talked about Leo Rush. I don't know that that's going to happen because Leo looks like he's like a guy who licks rocks for fun right now. He's just...
Okay, but they could really make him normal.
Like clean him up. I don't know how you clean that up. Like he looks like a man who lives
like the creepy contact.
He looks like he lives in the water is what he looks like.
He looks like Gollum.
He looks like Gollum. Like he lives underwater. So yeah. Oh, by the way, the CMLL card this weekend looks really cool. I wish I could afford. I can't afford the Friday night package because it's like $30 a month. But I still, for the moment, subscribe to their Tuesday night package. So, but yeah, the Hurt Syndicate are back and they're looking for new blood, and I don't know who.
It would be interesting if that means also a new talent comes in.
It would be cool
because we obviously been gearing up for. We all have been waiting for another business member to come on over.
Well, isn't he in TNA?
So, is he?
Yeah.
Did I miss this completely?
Cedric.
Oh,
yeah, Cedric's in TNA. Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ignore signing stuff if it's not AEW.
Well, especially if it's TNA. It's like, well, they gave up on their career. You know who never went to AEW that I thought was just a sure thing was Mustafa Ali.
I did too. I was 100%.
He's so good.
And that's the only reason why I ever had fear of Ricochet, because I was so wrong on Ali. I for sure thought that was a
slam dunk.
But some of them I don't understand because they're so outspoken against their hate about another company and how they were treated. That they continue to re-sign.
And Ali said he'd go back to WWE if the timing was right or whatever. And I'm like, really?
Because they treated you so well.
Yeah. And he was asking for his release forever, like publicly.
Yeah.
I agree with Bleary Line 7 that Leo Rush sucks the guts out of frogs for sustenance. I definitely agree. I really like the Leo gimmick, by the way. I'm not saying this is.
I know, I do too. It's a little creepy.
It's fucking terrifying.
It just worries me because AEW does not have the best track record with creepy gimmicks.
No, look at Abaddon. Yeah, look at Abaddon.
Danhausen,
Well, is Danhausen a creepy gimmick, or is Danhausen like? He's
he
ironically
collects
creepy.
Teeth.
Yeah,
I don't know. Anyone who collects teeth is creepy to me.
that's true.
So I did post this and I deleted it. Side note: I sold someone a Danhausen shirt, and their comment back to me was, "You are no longer cursed." And I just want to say that was a 10 out of 10 interaction.
That's good. That's good.
Thank you for being funny.
Yeah,
and appreciating wrestling.
You know what's not funny though is that Mark Quinn appears to be hurt again.
I don't want to talk about that. What the fuck is happening? Why? What the fuck?
I don't know. Okay, we're just not going to talk about it. Here is an out-of-the-box thought from Antoine. The Hurt Syndicate recruit Anthony Bowens, Hook, the worst leader of a faction ever, is made. He lost to Mox. He's looking for a home. His home, the Hurt Syndicate.
I could see Anthony Bowens.
I could see Anthony Bowens.
And I think I would...
Yeah, you can see
I think Anthony Bowens needs something outside of the Acclaimed.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Maggie O'Kenna makes a great point. Has there ever been a better upside for jumping promotions like Myron Reed of the Rascals, from languishing in TNA to having a potential 1v1 with Okada in a month? Yeah, totally. Like, he's had one singles match in AEW and he won it. He beat Johnny TV. And now he's very possibly challenging for the international title against Okada. And he is not the guy I would have picked to be the singles guy out of that group. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I do trust that Tony has an eye for this stuff. So
yeah. Larry Line 7 said, I think Ali understands that being a small fish in a big pond was bad for him in WWE. So he wants to be that big fish so he gets some spotlight and main event experience. Yeah, it's just he's not like a kid either, though. He's not young. He's got to be in his mid to late 30s. And he seems like a cool dude. So books, where can the people find you?
I'm at Books and Body Slams everywhere.
Yes.
Except TikTok now.
Except TikTok. Are you back on Blue Sky?
Technically, yes, because I was sent a video and I wanted to watch it and then I forgot to deactivate it.
Books is really active over on Blue Sky. Guys, I fall into...
Honestly, just every time I log on, there's some sort of drama, and...
It's really drama.
I have enough drama on Threads that I don't want to deal with drama.
Something really changed where like some of the voices that were really helping keep that place kind of sane have disappeared. And I don't know. Blue Sky, I want to love you.
They got tired of it.
I want to love you.
From what I heard.
I want to love you.
They got tired of it.
But it's hard. Scareglow said, I did get my Stickos Club shirts and stickers in the mail. Excellent stuff. We love a real endorsement. Thank you, Scareglow, for the support. Till next time, I'm Blade Daly.
And Slap Tarts, I'm Books and Body Slams.
Pro wrestling forever.
Sickos Club.